Yeah! Back again, number 8.
Quick before we start, last episode, we failed. I failed to announce our show winner.
So it don't count.
It absolutely counts if you could tell by that. Show winner was one Alex the Podfather Gullet.
Yeah!
That's right.
I'd like to thank everybody for supporting me earlier this week. And
You're welcome. You're welcome. We did support you.
It wasn't important enough to actually mention it on the actual show. So.
Listen, this is why I haven't won an episode yet. I'm Paul Nelson. I am your friendly neighborhood moderator, scorekeeper, announcer, all kinds of stuff.
So far away.
Yeah, that happy crooner over here who's sliding out. He's going to slide back in like Chris Collinsworth.
that's what he do.
It's going to be
Thanks, brother.
That's beautiful right there.
Give him 5 points, man.
That was
I don't care if he wins this episode.
We'll give him 5. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give him 3. That would be one Frank.
It's my
The
charity
quiet
to you.
assassin.
I would like to state that I got 2 points for getting it for you and 1 point for singing a solo.
Is that how that works?
Yes. 1 point for singing a solo.
You wish you guys knew how the point system worked, but you don't. Welcome to the 3 for 3 podcast.
Nobody knows.
Where
Nobody knows it but Paul Nelson.
that's true. Thank you. This is a podcast unlike any other. We have one individual who makes up excuses for the Cowboys.
Thank you.
We have one individual who makes up excuses for LeBron James.
Who needs them all?
And you have one person who makes up excuses why he's not painting a ceiling at home. It's a spring break job.
Shout out Lindsey Nelson.
It's a spring break job.
Also,
It's too
bets
cold.
both ways on a single podcast, so he has to win.
You got to hedge.
That is the truth.
You got to hedge. Cash register, baby. This is episode 8.
Yeah.
Guess what we're doing today, fellas?
A lot.
We have the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks. We
Love
have
that.
an all-time NBA team.
Love that.
But first, we have our 3M GM. That's right, fellas. We're in the NFL now. We are going to fix the Chicago Brown Bears. Not the Black Bears, not the Grizzly Bears, not the Polar Bears, not the Panda Bears, not the Koala Bears. Chicago Brown Bears.
You know where Bears are usually at?
To be clear, here on
In
the
the
3 for 3,
fields.
we don't see color.
No, but we do endorse voodoo magic.
Yeah, we do.
Apparently,
If you
but
watch that Disney
Ask
movie.
the Princess and the Frog.
it's not about that. Ask Kyrie. So 3-man GM. That's a point for me. Finally,
That's 10
I am
for you,
going
bro.
to win an
I
episode.
am going to spit pretty soon. I'm close like that's 2 episodes in a row.
You guys know that you're tied for episode wins, 2-2.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's absolutely true.
Technically, see, I'll
No.
let you be tied.
I didn't let you.
I'll
He
let
won.
you be tied.
He won.
I am in control of the situation, so I'll let it happen.
That's not how that works at all.
Look, listen. Hold on a second.
Listen, Linda.
When you wear
Shorts.
the same clothes, the 2 consecutive tapings
Yeah.
of the podcast, I win.
I think he was trying to be lucky. I think that's what it was.
The lucky he didn't.
Is the-
The thing is, we didn't know who won because you forgot to tell
so
us.
he thought it was a lucky jersey. I will give him 3 points though for bringing his 3 for 3 cup from
Yes.
2 episodes.
Also-
in
Two
a row.
episodes in a row.
You should also give Alex a negative point because he's
high
wearing
fives.
a camouflage hat and we can't see him.
Do 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 do.
It's me. I still got this
It's
this
me.
nasty abscess,
I'm
and so
here.
I'm trying to duck in as much as I can.
It's duck in.
I'm the problem. It's me.
It's me.
Hi.
Listen,
I don't know any of that.
Shout
song.
out Taylor Swift. Shout out Mary Kay.
Hey, Taylor Swift, you can come on the episode whenever you want.
Team
We
Jake
got your spot.
Gyllenhaal here. All I'm saying.
Actually,
Team
we got to
Jake.
get another microphone first.
It's okay.
She can bring her own.
She can bring her own.
She's got enough.
Absolutely.
She can have mine.
All right, Taylor.
will
If you
sit
take
out
him
that
up on
one.
the offer, bring your own microphone.
We will buy another microphone for you, Swift.
Don't come here, Taylor.
Swifterella.
Swifties, you stay out of our
Swifterini.
comments. Okay, we don't care. So the first segment, fellas, is trying to fix the Chicago Bears. Now, I'm sure we're gonna disagree. So if we happen to disagree, and this is a strong if you guys happen to disagree, okay, then it's gonna be 2 out of 3 wins. Okay, 2 out of 3 wins. That's
so
Well, we're gonna vote on the first one.
Again, I mean, we'll see. Essentially,
rock paper scissors it.
we're turning into
No, we vote.
we're turning into Kevin Warren. Kevin Warren is the new CEO, president of football operations. He's former Big Ten commissioner.
Come on.
The Bears finally got somebody. Maybe that dictates who they want to pick with the first pick.
He's got 2 first names.
Kevin Warren. Listen, I don't want to hear it. Paul John Nelson. Okay, I got 3.
You got 3.
3 for 3, baby.
That boy is special.
He is. I am special. My mom thinks so, at least.
Were you born in Jersey?
I was born in Germany, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tidbit.
Not born in Jersey.
That sounds like Dirk Nowitzki.
No,
It does not.
I
I
know.
don't think I sound like him at all.
Paul John Nelson's so far away from Dirk Nowitzki.
I mean,
No wonder he hates Kyrie so much.
Jeez. And we just got canceled. All right, thanks. Kyrie's
we'll cut
Nike
that
deal
part
got
out.
canceled. Keep that in there. That's good for the people.
That's good for the people.
All right, so just looking at their season again, not great. First season for Matt Eberflus. Yeah, they started off like a house on fire. They started off 2-1, and everybody was like, "Man, the darlings of the NFC. Look at Justin Fields go." He then proceeded to go 1-12.
He went running.
Yeah,
His name starts off like his record. Matt, and then,
Eberflus. Eberflus is German, actually, bringing it back to that for losing season. So that's
that sounds like a 1-11, is it? No, 1-12 type of name.
now the only good thing about the Bears season was Justin Fields' attack on Lamar's rushing record. He finished with 1,143 yards. Still finished 63 short of Lamar Jackson's record.
You know, while we're talking about Kyrie and stuff really quick, since we're talking about running quarterbacks and Dirk Nowitzki, shout out Michael Vick. Still the best running quarterback
goat.
ever in the NFL.
If he played today, he'd be so much better.
Is he?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is like a Michael Jordan type thing. Like if he played today, he'd score 40 a game. I feel that way about Michael Vick.
Yeah, dude, you imagine?
I think he played like 10 years ago, right?
It's still
We're
different.
acting like it's
Yeah, but the way they were allowed to hit
After
him,
the dogfight
they were
and
like
stuff, it was
that
crazy.
was like the end of the like we can hit somebody in the
he had
kneecap
a
on
great
purpose.
season in Philly.
Yeah, he had a
Great
amazing. That's what I said. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
That's what
I just think I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I still I have an affinity for a rushing quarterback in Buffalo. I think he's going to go down as
Doug Flutie?
one of the greatest. No, this guy's like 6'5". You know,
Flutie
245
Doug
pounds.
Flutie has
If you're into
great
that.
commercials out right
Joe,
now.
Flutie Flakes were the thing, dude.
I love Flutie Flakes.
Flutie has a great commercial
Hey,
with Frank Thomas.
not mentioned in a couple weeks ago when we did the cereal thing.
No.
Shame on you, Paul.
No, not shame on me.
I don't know.
Do you
I
know
think
the
that was
the last time they? First of all,
that could
now
have
they're
won you the episode.
they're Alanos now in Buffalo. They haven't served Flutie Flakes in probably 25
What do they have
years.
now?
Alanos.
It's like Cheerios.
Alan O's.
Alanos.
It's
Yeah.
like Cheerios but cheaper.
They're delicious. Jeez.
They got ligament problems,
Josh has no ligament problems. What are you talking
shoulder
about?
issues.
You know,
It's
like when
elbow,
you flip the
thank
box
you.
open, it's torn a little bit. Like, you know.
Here we go, these guys. Listen, my team is still in the place where it was. Your team left your city. It didn't like it so much. Kroenke left
Very
your city.
true.
So
And
I don't want to hear anything.
I love this side of you. Don't turn to me. I love this side of you.
Quick save. That's going to get you a couple
Thank you.
points,
Appreciate
Alex.
that.
That was good. The first decision we got to make. What does Chicago do? What are we doing with Justin Fields? Frank, I want to hear you first.
Why is everyone dismissing Justin Fields so easily? It's not like he's Zach Wilson or anything. It absolutely blows my mind how fast a quarterback can actually have a really decent year and then just be like, well, we should just get rid of him. He had a good year in a horrible team.
Yeah.
A horrible team. I mean, I could honestly, I think he had the worst team in the NFL, not by just record, by just like pieces.
I don't know about that.
Offensively, he did. I can't
Nah,
name
I
a
don't
word
know
offense.
about that.
I don't know. I can't do it. Outside of him, if you take the quarterback out of the situation,
You take Brandon Cooks out of that Houston team
and they still win the same amount of
Damian
games.
Pierce.
when he played.
Yeah, when he played.
But
That's everybody when they play, right?
Yeah, and so I when I say it, you got to keep Fields. I don't understand what this rhetoric is about trading him. It doesn't
Well,
make any sense.
I hate to bring some rhetoric up. Alex, you go ahead. What are your thoughts? 'Cause
So
we've talked about this
I
a
wrote
little
this
bit.
down and it was kind of like segmented. Even when I wrote it, it was like word ... word ...
Okay.
tough ... Not the new regime's guy. That's a thing in the NFL.
That is a thing.
The other point, Bryce Young is a better overall talent. ... So is CJ.
Okay. ...
Fields has value after making improvements in his sophomore year.
Okay.
... If Lamar, I see Lamar ending up in Atlanta.
Okay. All right.
Baltimore needs a quarterback.
No more dots.
Okay. ...
But I wouldn't.
All right. Fun fact for you guys: those ... dots are called ellipses.
That's
So there you
exactly
go.
what they're called. But it's easier to say ... than
Is it? It's-
Lamar.
Ellipsis.
Lamar
It's-
Jackson.
well,
ellipses.
You don't really have to say the punctuation. I don't know if you've
You don't have
spoke,
to.
No,
How do you
don't,
speak it?
You don't have to! Exclamation point.
Spoken.
So, period. Right? You don't have to speak it.
Wow! Exclamation point.
All right. Just
And
confused look question mark.
Don't know. I don't know how much
I
higher.
went to JUCO.
I don't know how much higher Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud. I don't know why everybody thinks they would be better prospects coming out of college than Fields was amazing coming out
No,
of
Fields
college.
played at Ohio State.
He had
I
a
get what you're
great.
saying.
He had a great college career. I don't understand. It's not. I don't.
He has, even out of college, he had half the arm talent as Bryce Young and CJ Stroud.
And triple the athleticism.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I would.
I wouldn't say triple.
As he sits home one game and doesn't break the all-time quarterback rushing record.
Yeah.
In 18 games. Whatever.
He had more rushing yards than Mike Vick.
He had more rushing yards than any Dallas Cowboy.
Man.
They played 13 games a year
No,
when
he didn't.
Staubach was there.
Zeke Elliott had more rushing yards.
Oh,
Oh, you mean quarterbacks?
Oh,
Oh,
I'm talking about
quarterbacks.
just as in
Yeah.
Well,
this season.
we're a two-headed monster. You know what they call them?
The way Paul plays fantasy football. That's what I call him.
No, what do they call the
You
Zeke
finished
Elliott?
last. You got nothing to say.
I got everything
You
to
finished
say.
dead
He did
last.
finish
You bamboozled
Hey
me this
man,
season.
I didn't listen. Once I'm out of it, I don't care. I'm not going to set my lineup.
Hey, what
Bro,
is Zeke
play
and
the
Pollard's
season.
nickname? The
I
tandem?
didn't stop setting the.
Is it?
I didn't stop
Is
setting.
it the tandem?
Yeah, no, what is
I
it?
have no idea.
Do you remember what it is?
Thunder and lightning? I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Is
Nobody
it chips
cares.
and dip?
Chips and
Chips
don't
and dip,
start
shove
with
it
this
down Josh's
chips and
throat.
dip nonsense.
Lift the
It's not
toilet.
chips and dip.
If
I
it's
just did
not
that for
chips
them.
and dip, it should be though. That's a pretty good
That's
one.
a pretty
actually.
good one. I'm telling you.
I am with man.
Chip and potato.
I like chip and dip.
All right, so if we keep Fields, we have him for 3 more years.
That's what we need.
and he's more advanced. If we get rid of him, we still get something, and we can start over. I am gonna go with Frank and say we stay with Fields.
That's what I said.
I think we. Yeah, I think.
At the end, I said I wouldn't. What do you mean go with Frank?
You said dot a lot.
You said
I know,
dot. You said everything.
But listen,
you went both
this
ways.
is the second time in 2 episodes that you guys have forgotten. You said, Frank, you're the one that said that. And I was like, Frank, you're just going to let him say that because you know I said that.
Who said it first?
I did.
Stop copying me.
And then you just said, I'm going to go with Frank.
I'm gonna go with Frank.
Hey, listen, you guys, I
If
understand
we
you
flip
guys.
a coin and I get heads and then you get heads, you copied me. Forget about it.
I get it.
I don't know what that means either. You guys
Chips
are
and dip.
killing me, man.
good name.
If he were
true.
to get moved, if Fields were to get moved, destinations. I love the Baltimore idea. I mean, I had them. I had Carolina. I had Houston.
Yeah,
So
I see all those.
maybe
I
they
don't
do
see
that.
Houston
Indianapolis?
because of the draft pick, but I do see.
I think Houston.
Nah.
12th pick in the draft.
Indianapolis.
Remember, they got 2.
They have 2. That's true.
Yeah.
And they go and get an edge rusher or a middle.
Yeah, see? Yeah,
that's
looked at me.
tough.
That was a no,
That's
well,
tough.
maybe.
Yeah.
You know what's better
well,
than
maybe.
You know what's better than 3 quarterbacks? Why didn't San Francisco just take them and have 4 quarterbacks in the
No,
roster?
they're already going to have Baker Mayfield and Purdy. So.
Yeah,
Purdy,
San Francisco
Trey
49ers
Lance.
has
They're going to re-sign Jimmy.
every quarterback in the AFC.
Tom Brady's going to San Francisco.
Literally, that's the way. So the opponents can't
Shout
get
out
if you have
Alex Smith, a very underrated quarterback in San Francisco.
Shanahan says, you know what? We're going to play all 6 of them on the field
Yeah.
at once. You never know who's going to throw the ball.
them. And Debo's going to run it.
While McCaffrey lines up at wide receiver.
Yeah, why not?
And then they're going to flank out Kittle. It's a crazy system.
So I think next year is a challenge, though, because he might have been bored this year. He might take an undrafted quarterback and try to play him. That might be what he tries to do next year. Because he
Interesting.
already took the last pick in the draft and made him into something.
Interesting.
Let's go ahead and take.
Let's see what we do with San Fran when we try and fix them. Right now, trying to fix
We
the
can
Bears.
Tell him Tom Brady? Like, what do you do for San Francisco?
I think for the Bears. So, what are we doing with the first pick? Are we trading it? Are we keeping it and drafting somebody? I mean, they are so draft poor in Chicago. They don't have a second rounder. The first pick is an asset that we have to hit on. So Alex, what do you think? We
Here's what I've written
pick somebody
down.
or trade it?
It's not a lot of dots, so we'll go through it. I
a
think
lot of
first
dots.
pick. I think you trade because I think they keep Fields,
Okay.
even though he's not the regime's guy. So I wouldn't be surprised if he got
The resume.
It's a great idea, Frank. Keep it Fields.
So first pick, I'm trading it. I think Indy is a buyer. They're a high buyer right now.
That's good.
You draft 4th overall. You're going to get Indianapolis' second, third from Washington, and probably
first next year.
First and second next year too. I think at that point you're going to have almost your two of the top teams are going to pick quarterbacks. It's going to be 2 quarterbacks gone off the board first in Indy and in Houston at that point. At that point, it's going to who's getting drafted first because you're getting the second guy, and the second guy's not bad. You're either getting Will Anderson or Jalen Carter.
Yep.
And Chicago, for those that don't know, Chicago had the worst pass rush of anybody in the NFL. Also the worst secondary.
Yes.
But you know what helps secondaries?
Pass rush.
And so I think you fix the line. It works in football.
Yep.
If you build it inside out, you fix the line. Jalen Carter, Anderson, either one of them, man, they're a home run. Love that. That's what I'm doing the first pick.
Yeah, Frank, what do you think?
We agree. I think the Colts are the pick. The Colts are the trading point. I think
so
that
too.
they just swap this year's pick and then they go future picks. I think that this is about I'm playing the long game
That's
here.
too low.
Yeah, I'm thinking first pick this year, first pick next year, maybe some seconds.
You got to
and thirds
throw a
in
second
future
and
years.
third in this year. There's draft capital right now.
I get it, but I also like playing long game. I have Quentin Johnson,
That's too high.
TCU wide receiver.
Ooh, at 4? Yeah.
I don't see him moving out the board till 15 or 16.
No.
Wow. That's wild.
Everything I've read is
I think he's top
7.
10. I think he's
top
top
5.
10 for
I
sure.
don't think he is.
And Quentin Johnson is a big NFL ready type of wide receiver.
That's a stretch at 4. No. I think you don't draft wide receivers at 4 the same way you don't draft running backs unless they're Adrian Peterson. Moss wasn't a 4 pick.
Moss is the exception to the rule, though. He would have been a top 5 pick had he.
I think so too.
Had he
but
not gotten in trouble,
even
with Marshall.
with the skill that he had, he showed.
That was a personality issue, though. That wasn't a skill issue.
But what I'm saying is, I think there's certain value you put in skill positions, and it's not high draft unless it's quarterback. Okay, and then outside of that, it's offensive lineman, defensive lineman, pass rushing linebacker.
When did Jamar Chase get drafted?
Jamar Chase? I can't remember.
I think it was like the second pick, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care.
When Justin Jefferson get drafted?
When was T. Higgins drafted?
It was like 17, or it was like 12 or 17.
Yeah, it was mid first round.
When was T. Higgins drafted?
I don't know. 3rd round, 2nd round.
And you tell me Homeboy's not holding his own?
I know,
with
but
Chase on the other side?
Yeah. As a second
Homeboy is in
receiver.
fact holding his own. Yeah, I love where you guys heads at. That's kind of where I was at. If they wanted to get creative and trade down to Houston and just kind of hold over their head, maybe. I don't think Houston falls for that. So according to the draft chart, because I guarantee you we're gonna have at least one commenter, Dad, who's gonna say that the first pick is worth 3,000 draft points. And
Absolutely.
And the 4th pick is I think 2,200, something like that.
So you have 800 points to make up.
Right, which is a 2nd round pick, and then future 1st round picks are worth anywhere between 12 and 1,600, yeah, depending on the team. So I think what the Bears probably do is trade down to 4. If they're blown away by Will Anderson or Jalen Carter, they do that. I can see another move down too, though. They can move down.
I was going to say
Detroit.
that. I think what they do, they have the other first rounders. They have another pick really early. I think what you do is you move that pick. You can move back up to the first round with an additional 2nd or 3rd, and then you get Quentin Johnson.
Yeah,
you fix your skill position.
Gone by
maybe.
now. Every
I don't
draft
think
board,
so. I think they can get back to 12.
Every single draft board has him going in the top 10 of the
care.
season.
So this is we'll see.
You cannot care, but then he can also be gone. So.
I think if Detroit, everything I'm hearing is it's Young, Stroud, and now Will Levis has leaped into it, and
Correct.
we've been on the Will Levis train since the first episode.
We talked about that a long time ago.
They're saying that once the combine comes, everybody's going to be saying, "Hey, guess what? This is a 1, 2, 3 quarterback." So if that's the case, they could move down to 6 if they wanted to.
Absolutely.
And fool around. And if Detroit wants to get their quarterback in the future, if Seattle wants to jump up from 5 to 4, that's.
I think if Seattle jumps, that messes up my Geno Smith take. I don't like that much.
Hey, Geno could still get paid. So let's say the pick is all right. So let's say we're trading the pick. Okay, let's just say that we're getting a 4th round pick, 2nd rounder, future 1st, and future 3rd. I think that's about the value. And I'm sure somebody will correct me online. So at number 4, who's the guy that you want? Frank, it seems like you want Quentin Johnson.
Yeah, I want a big wide receiver.
Okay.
I want a big, speedy, strong, athletic, ready for dominance
Okay.
type of guy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alex, if you're picking between Will Anderson and Jalen Carter, what are you going?
I probably want Carter.
Okay.
Just because I think the edge. I think it's a talk. I don't care.
Can I get on the table and start pounding the table for Will Anderson?
I love Will Anderson.
Complete game changer at Alabama. Only played 10 games this year. I partially think he's the reason why they didn't look as dominant early, and he was playing catch up ever since. But he had an amazing year last year. I think a interior lineman can be found later in the draft. I think a premier pass rusher from the edge is always superior to an interior.
No, I agree. Unless you're talking about like Warren Sapp or something like that, but
like Aaron Donald. Yeah, and they're not making any more of him.
But I was looking through the draft, and I think it's heavier. I think it's heavier interior. Definitely a little heavier interior than his edge.
Yeah.
So you may have a good point there.
So I think
either one. I'd flip a coin because I don't think you lose with either one.
Right. Absolutely. Now they do have a second round pick. It's not their second round pick. It is Baltimore's. So if I think, sorry, Frank, we might have something for you later with a wide receiver. I have some wide receivers later.
I still have more.
I have a sneaky wide receiver in the second round.
Okay. Who do you got?
Wide receiver out of LSU.
Okay.
Butte.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the Cajun coming out. You know what I mean?
Thank you for that.
You're
Cajun
welcome.
is coming out.
Yeah. Put that on a cracker, dude. And so
Put that on a cracker, dude.
And so, but I think he's a sneaky pick.
Yeah, I had a wide receiver too. I had Cedric Tillman from Tennessee.
Love that.
It's because I took a wide receiver first.
Who'd you go second? You went defense?
Yeah, I went Blake Freeman out of BYU.
Okay.
I like
Offensive
that.
lineman.
Yeah.
I think Torrance is just as good. I think Harrison out of Oklahoma.
That's not bad. I mean, listen, I think
we all have the same mindset. We're just picking in different ways. It's the same exact type of situation.
Third round.
They kind of need everything, and I think we're just.
But you want to know, here's the thing with drafting O-line right now. Free agency is heavy.
Seems like it.
With offensive linemen this year.
Seems like it.
And so we'll see.
Well, you know when it comes to offensive linemen, they need Mo. That's whatever it is.
Mo problems. They don't understand
they don't got answers. They need Mo.
I don't think Dak ever listened to the Mace P. Diddy record, Mo Money, Mo Problems, for the team.
I think
that's how it went.
That record's a lie. Give me the problems. I'll take the problems. I'm good with it, Diddy. Thanks. Cut me a check. Other picks, again, they have 2 4th-round picks. I said D-line, secondary help. I do like linebacker Jack Campbell in the 3rd round line. Again, just replacing Roquan Smith. I think he's a lunch pail dude. He's
3rd round?
Yeah. I think what other prospects do you think they should target in 3rd round or later?
I got Parker Washington out of Penn State, the wide receiver.
Penn State wide receivers are sneaky good.
Bro.
He's slot
good.
heavy, so that goes again. That's me going with Quentin Johnson and then slot receiver offsetting. Good
the
third
more offensive weapons.
I don't love that. I think 3rd round, 4th round, the 2 picks in the 4th and the 3rd round. I think you have to focus linebacker and cornerback. I think they do need a cornerback. You can find solid cornerbacks 3rd, 4th round.
Yep.
Those are their needy situations, right? You need an offensive lineman, you need a defensive lineman, and you need somebody on the back end of that defense, whether it's a safety. I think Eddie Jackson's great. I don't have a problem with him, but you get one of those cornerback places solidified with a good guy, and I think you can fix a lot of problems.
Yeah, I think listen. This is the great time of year to do mock drafts, to go on to different sites and constantly look over them and try them. So, tell us in the comments who you would pick. Now, speaking of free agents and where we get people, the Bears have an enormous amount of cap room. Like $120 million.
That dude knew what he was doing taking this job.
Oh my gosh, it's unheard of. Now they do have certain free agents that are in-house free agents, right? They have other team assets. Khalil Herbert is probably a great 3rd down back. Maybe Darnell Mooney, something. I don't know.
I had them taking Chase Brown somewhere in the 4th round too.
Oh,
So
okay.
this would be part of why I'm not looking at running backs.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. Yeah. So you
So
wouldn't-
just saying like that fourth round mindset kind of plays into the what am I taking for free agency
Yeah.
type
That's
thing.
right. Yeah.
So what are you doing with David Montgomery? You think they should pay him or no?
No, they should let him go.
Let him go.
Yeah.
Alex.
Well,
I think Montgomery's got to walk. I think
Okay.
at this point, I think Herbert.
That's how the NFL is, though. I mean, if you're not Saquon, you're gone.
You said something a couple shows ago as a Dallas fan that I can stand by, and I love Ezekiel Elliott for everything he's done for the Cowboys, but
It's hamstring.
you cannot pay running backs premium dollar in the NFL.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it depends on cost. If Montgomery is $15 million a year,
If he's 12
and
to
half,
18,
half of it's guaranteed, okay, yeah, sure.
yeah, I'm good with that. It's a
but
good
I'm not.
price.
Yeah, I'm not giving him 32 a year.
20. I wouldn't give him 25.
Yeah, the other in-house free agent they have the wrong St. Brown. They have Equiminius St. Brown. They don't
Flashes.
have Amon-Ra.
But flashes go out.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's not his brother. He's got a little bit of upside. He seems to have a chemistry with Fields.
You know, and the other thing is you can't expect threes to play like a one.
Yeah.
True.
Right, and I
Absolutely.
think there's a place for him on the team. He showed flashes. You know, we had Cedric Wilson a couple years ago in Dallas. Love that kid,
Yeah.
and we miss a player like that. And I think St. Brown is kind of that same thing. He's fast, stretches the field, can do a few things really well. His hands are decent.
So with that mindset, my other fourth round pick was Zay Flowers. That's what was kind of research.
Oh, you're still
for.
talking about draft picks?
So and the reason why is because all
'Cause
these
you're-
names,
you're filling
I'm
in.
just letting everybody go.
See, my
That's
thing
my
is,
point. Like, let these free agents go. They've proven that they're
you're still-
you got to put 50 men on a team.
You do, but you don't need these guys.
Yeah.
They're losers.
oh man,
Wow.
I mean, I wouldn't call them losers, but I think that if you are building mostly from the draft with this, are we really going to see a huge jump in Fields' production?
No.
I don't think we will.
Well, I think free agency can level the playing
so
field.
who do you
for
think
them.
they should bring in?
So I got like so they're having a ton of money. I don't want these free agents that they have. I think they need to go after the top two linemen.
Okay. Orlando
Homeboy
Brown,
Mike McGlinchey, I think you pronounce it, out of San Francisco,
Mike McGlinchey,
and then
I like
Orlando Brown.
tackle baby.
I like the
Orlando Brown out of KC proved a difference maker this year. He's done a very good job.
I think when you're signing 26, 27-year-old offensive linemen, you have to get them at a certain value. Orlando Brown is going to be a little pricier.
He is.
But then you have like Jenkins in Green Bay, which I think comes at a decent price point. Great interior.
I'm not really worried about
Lineman.
price point at this point. Like I want the best.
Yeah.
That's what's going to elevate Justin Fields. A great offensive lineman. You told me we didn't argue. We had a conversation. He holds the ball longer than anybody.
What happens?
What do
when-
you need? You
what
need
happens
protection.
if Fields works out?
What happens if Field works out?
Yeah. You have to
I
pay
don't
him.
understand.
You got to pay that man. You
Not for-
cannot.
not
you
for
can-
3
Yeah,
more
I'm not
years.
saying you sign an offensive
cheap for
lineman
3
10
years.
3 years.
Yeah.
That means you need to extend him in 2.
Okay.
Great, the extension
They have
doesn't kick
100
in.
something
Right.
million
I'm
right
not.
now.
I'm not
That's
worried.
still coming into play.
Yeah.
But by that time, these offensive linemen, I now can either restructure, which we see all the time.
We do.
And we get them at cheap. I'm with you. I had the same 2 names, but I also want to add Connor McGovern. I think Connor McGovern would be.
Oh, we miss you, Connor.
I mean, speak on it, Alex.
on.
I had those. If you can bookend Orlando Brown, Mike McGlinchey, and then also add Connor McGovern, who's a complete difference maker on the offensive line and perfect for a young quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback. Yeah.
And we're just talking about and from what I'm getting at is I was just talking about paying 2 offensive linemen. That's also again where my mindset was
Well, I
with
was-
drafting one.
I was looking at it.
You're mixing the best of both worlds there.
I think you have to make that move to jump back up and get like a Quentin Johnson because wide receiver class this year, Juju's not leaving Kansas City. Jacoby Myers,
Yeah, it's a bad
wide
yeah.
receiver year.
I had Darius Slayton down as like
No,
he
but
could be
Nelson
interesting.
Aguilar?
But
Yeah.
here's one for you.
Okay.
Are you trading? What's DeAndre Hopkins going to go for?
I like it.
And I don't mind it. I don't know if
think you
Arizona
can't- I don't
throws
think
him at Chicago.
If you can't get Quentin,
Yeah.
you got to be like, well,
I think he ships him
Arizona.
back to the AFC.
Yeah, maybe. I think that's that one missing piece that we have, and maybe the Bears kind of take a little bit your route and say, you know what, we'll take the offensive tackle out of Ohio State. fourth
Yeah.
instead of a defensive player, and then that saves us some money. I like
But I
DeAndre
don't-
Hopkins
I
as a
don't know if-
trade.
Yeah, I don't know if they need to save money. That's the problem.
I also like looking at Tampa Bay's wide receivers and saying,
Bro.
hey, if Tom's out, we'll take Mike Evans here. We'll take Chris Godwin. That's fine. Yeah.
I'm looking
pair
at
him
Tampa
with
Bay
Chase
everything,
Claypool.
and so when I look at it, I kind of made a wish list. But think about these free agents that are coming up: Deron Payne, Hargrave, Levante David,
Yep.
Patrick Peterson, Jamel Dean, Tremaine Edmonds out of Buffalo, Marcus Davenport out of New Orleans, Jamal Williams could be that running back. He could be that guy out of Detroit.
What'd you call him?
Yeah,
Green Bay's trash
Green Bay's
last
trash.
Green Bay's trash last week. That he could
This
be
year?
that guy this week.
Chicago-
You gonna call somebody
Chicago's
else out?
treasure.
No, that's because of
none
what
of
you
that
said.
stuff.
I love Jamal Williams.
You
But you were
loved
saying
him
he-
enough to nickname him Green Bay's trash.
He nicknamed himself that.
Yeah, and you brought it up.
Yeah, he brought it up.
No, you brought it up on the podcast. He
I know,
didn't
my
come.
man.
He hasn't made any guest appearance.
He
yet.
likes Naruto and Pokemon. Don't call him
Loves
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Don't call him
Ain't nothing wrong with
Pokemon.
that stuff.
Listen, last
That's
question.
what the kids say.
This is the last thing about Chicago Bears, and then we'll move on. Is what's the realistic goal for them next year? Like if things work out, what's a reasonable goal and what's a high expectations goal?
If we're the GMs,
yes,
I think that next year we can rate them a poor man's version of the Baltimore Ravens,
oh,
like 5 to
Okay.
8 wins.
all right,
No. You bring in a new big guy.
yep,
Your coach's second year.
mm-hmm.
Your quarterback's third year.
That is important.
Hold on.
We're agreeing right
Yeah,
now.
because
We're
we
agreeing.
just heard all the flack from Herbert.
Yeah, we're agreeing right now.
Your quarterback's third year. You nailed the draft with all these picks. You had $120 million in salary cap.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to make the playoffs.
I think it's Detroit, right? It's very
the
similar.
exact
Like,
same
hey,
thing.
you better go 8, 9, 9, and 8. Like more like
You better be in the playoff
Yeah.
hunt in week
Seattle.
15.
If you're not up there like Seattle did this year or Detroit,
It's a failure.
It's a problem.
People are going to lose their
and
job.
Justin
And the only-
Fields, this is his year.
And if they get those assets,
You can't look at a team that wins the first pick in the draft and go, "You better make the playoffs or else."
you can.
No,
I think you can.
Circumstances, bro.
that's crazy.
I wish we could look at Buffalo, allow them to go 3-13 with Josh Allen, allow Kansas
They
City
don't
to
have
go
Josh
3-13. Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean they don't have. I mean Chicago
They
doesn't have Josh
Hey,
So
Allen.
you're saying it's
You-
not the same.
What did
they
you
don't
just
have
say? What did he just say about Justin Fields?
Is
Why
he-
would we dismiss him? He is a great
Yeah, but he's
prospect
not. I'm
coming
not
out of
calling
college.
him the number 2 quarterback in the NFL.
He has number 3.
No,
First of all,
Number
And
one in my heart.
I would agree.
He's number one
He's,
in my
he's
heart.
one of my favorite players. He's.
I'm not
third
labeling
most-
number 3, but I will let you slide with that. Yes,
I mean, come on, bro.
he's
I
not.
think-
He's
Be real,
not
Bill.
Patrick Mahomes.
I think what-
he's not Josh Allen. That's not to be
It's
confused.
just a reference, bro.
Well, yeah, I
he's
get it.
above
I think,
Dak Prescott.
I think, man. Oh gosh, taking shots.
That's
so
such a dumb shot. I
I
can't
will.
even be mad.
I will say this: year 3 is typically the year where
It's the
quarterbacks
year.
step forward. So Fields has to show out. If he does, then great. They'll start talking extension. They'll start talking about, all right, this is what we can see going on.
You know what you need from Fields? You need 60 plus completion percentage, 62,
Okay.
63.
Yep. Okay.
You need the same action with your legs.
I think you need 30 total touchdowns.
30
somewhere in
total
there.
touchdowns,
Running.
35,
Yep.
something like that. And you need fewer than 14 turnovers.
You want him to be like
Okay. I mean, that's
A top 10 quarterback.
that's a lot to ask. in
What
the third
what
year.
draft pick was Justin Fields?
Oh, wasn't he the 3rd pick?
Yeah.
No, I think he was lower than that. I think it was like
he was
seventh.
Seventh,
Yeah.
right?
7th.
So if you're a top 10 NFL draft pick,
Yeah.
should you be a top 10 player?
Is this like, hey, he should progress as much as Jalen Hurts has this year? Like
I agree 100%.
Okay. Yeah,
No.
I think
Jalen Hurts, third year.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts was MVP
Second year with
until
the
he got
coach.
hurt. I'm
Second
not
year with the
doing-
coach.
I'm not
he's
doing this.
he's MVP because his team won a lot. I
Not
think
because he was the best quarterback.
Yeah, I don't
His
think
stats
he's.
were up there. Though,
It's
too.
Was he a top 5 quarterback this year?
No.
Yeah, I mean, his stats are proving that he's a top 5 NFL player.
Do
this year.
you think he was a top 4 quarterback this year?
He led the. He was
That's
top.
Just
you're-
answer the question.
Listen, you're
Yes.
answering a lot.
Yes.
So you have him.
No.
Patty
Who do you have him
McTouchdowns.
above?
I'm not saying he's. I'm saying he's a top. He's a top 1. Like if he wouldn't have got hurt, he's a top 1 to 3 NFL player this year. Forget about quarterback,
No.
running back,
No.
wide receiver.
You're
I
out of
can't.
your
If I'm
mind.
talking
He's
about
not-
if he's the articulate
No.
game of just passing the ball down the field, it was by far, hands down. Vegas had it. Everybody had it.
I don't care.
He was
It's
a
a good-
lock
It's
to
a
win
good
the NFL
story.
MVP.
It's a good story. Listen, MVPs aren't just about stats. MVPs are about, hey, what's the story we're putting out there? Okay, he's not better than Patrick Mahomes. He's not better than Josh Allen. He's not better than Joe Burrow. He's
Trevor
not better
Lawrence,
than Justin Herbert. No, it's not. He didn't. He had a great year, and his team was 14-1. Okay, while you were in there, awesome, great job. You'll look suspect to end the season.
He better than Joey Bosa.
I can't argue with you
He's
two
not
because
better than
you're
Nick
two.
Bosa.
I can't even.
TJ Watt.
For Hurts, for you two, I can't argue because as America's agreed. Because if you watch the TikTok, you guys took Purdy over this guy for what obscene reason, and you
Yes.
guys got ripped apart.
That's great.
ripped apart
Listen,
by
I love
everybody
it.
else.
I don't-
So you two can believe that.
Everybody
I'm not
can be
buying
wrong.
that.
Listen, I don't
I'm
mind
not
other
buying
people
that.
being
I'm
wrong.
not buying that at all.
Nose pickers sitting at home going, "Oh man, these guys are wrong. They're dead wrong."
The difference
You
between-
watch the game. You
difference
should
between-
know better.
The
How
difference
dare you?
between us and them is that we're here instead of being at home.
And Jason
difference
Tatum's
between
a better
us-
basketball player than Scottie Pippen.
Jesus, this is all right. Which
Thank you,
brings us,
Frank.
You guys picked Purdy. You
Which
guys
is-
picked Purdy over Hurts.
yes, and
You
I
picked
do it again.
over an MVP
And
favorite.
I do it again.
And you're
Great.
just completely.
He's only an MVP favorite
so-
because his team won a lot of games. If Purdy started the season as the starter, he'd have been the MVP favorite. You know why? Because Mr. Relevant. He
It
was the
took-
last pick of the draft. Look at everything he's done.
It took two horrific injuries for Purdy to even see the light of the field.
All right.
No, he could see the lights from the sideline. He saw it.
Flashed
He
off the
saw it.
clipboard.
All right.
Man, so we'll see.
And listen, we're getting ready for the next segment. That's the issue.
I cannot.
We got to
wait.
move on. We got to move on. It's getting deep.
So if you like arguing, stay tuned because now this is always a discussion between the three of us. Who's better, X or Y? Which basketball player? We just got into it this past week. Who's better, Jason Tatum or Scottie Pippen? Who's going to have the better career?
What a crazy argument.
Listen, one of us said Scottie Pippen. The other two were right and said Jason Tatum. Frank, way to go, buddy. We were on the right side of history there.
We were undefeated.
I cannot wait.
Well, you don't have to wait because
Okay, good. So yeah, let me jump on y'all really quick.
please
Let me jump on y'all
don't jump
really
on us,
quick.
but just talk. Good talk. All right.
Mr.
Yeah, way to go.
Mr. LaFata.
Yes. Frank, if you're nasty.
For you guys to sit
Yes.
here and say
Uh-huh.
that Jason Tatum
Could have a better career than Scottie Pippen.
is a better player.
That could be a better player when his
Never
career is
said
done.
this.
You're the only one that said could be.
Nope.
Frank LaFata said yes.
No, that was forecasting.
I've got text messages. I'll pull out my phone
Yeah, you
right
can
now.
do it.
Don't. That's not
You
good
could do it.
listening or viewing.
It's not.
You could.
It's
I
not.
was all about forecasting.
Oh, you're the forecaster now?
That's all it was about.
Weatherman.
Your phone just went off. I don't know if you did it on purpose. That was wild.
Weatherman.
Here's
It's all about forecasting. That's what this was about. It wasn't about like right
Make
now.
it rain.
At this time, he was
6-0
with
right
Michael Jordan, and now instead of being the second guy on the team,
yeah.
Tatum's the one guy on the team.
Yeah.
And he's already done something Pippen's never done without
his team
Jordan.
to the finals, right?
Take his team to the finals.
Pippen got close.
He's even went to the conference finals more without Jordan than Pippen has.
How many rings does Pippen have?
Without Jordan, 0.
How many all defensive teams has Pippen made?
How many?
Without Jordan,
Wait
like
a second.
5.
Wait a second. We're talking rings. Adam Morrison has 2 rings, bro.
Yeah,
What are you
that's
talking
right.
about?
He
does
does.
that elevate him in any conversation?
I don't know. It makes him relevant.
The mustache
outta here.
does.
Get
The
outta
power
here.
of the
Bro,
stash
the
compels
stash.
you.
It's
the
the
stash is
Giambi,
it.
Yeah.
like, bro.
Adam Morrison, 2 rings. Hey, he's
Anyways,
relevant.
him
let
in
us know.
college.
Pippen or Tatum. It's really easy.
Do you
Who-
want us to have a sports court? That's the real question.
who will have a better career when it's all said and
Pippen
done?
is a top 25
Pippen
ever.
or Tatum?
Yeah, right now. And Tatum is not. Correct. I agree with you.
Correct.
We agree.
Is Pippen top 18?
It's tough. I have it on my personal list. He's 21.
Okay, so we'll see because for this segment, we're gonna pick 18 players. Each team is gonna have. We're gonna have. Listen, we're gonna have a very who's the coach and we're gonna have a Budenholzer type rotation. 6 guys. That's it. Everybody, George Hill, thanks for coming out. Sit down. Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Go Bucks.
now a random order. All right, it's gonna be a snake draft. This is the all-time NBA Draft 1.0. I am sure we're going to be doing this again.
Preface it with this. We need your comments to let us know which team wins.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah, that's all. Let's go.
All right.
So, Frank, you get the first pick.
I'm I am taking a LeBron Raymond James. Last episode, I gave him a fake name. That is actually his middle name. And I'm taking him first of all because, he's not only first on this list, but this also cements him as first all-time GOAT. So thank you guys for allowing me this platform to prove everybody wrong that likes Jordan over LeBron. He's the GOAT.
I saw this one time.
And real fast preferencing. He's the most versatile player on the board. So at picking him number one, I have my options completely open up now.
Okay. I saw this happen one time when there was a center drafted. Mm-hmm. Brad Daugherty.
Doherty?
Daugherty.
Brad Doherty?
Is that the right draft?
I don't know where you're going.
You might as well just go ahead and pick number. Yeah, go ahead and
at a UNC, Brad Doherty.
Yeah,
let's move on. So, anyways,
NASCAR analysis.
It's coming. Anyways, I'll take the greatest of all time at number 2.
The greatest number. The greatest number 2 of all time. You gonna say his name, or are we just gonna leave the suspense?
I'm waiting. He wants to make a pick, but he doesn't.
You better hurry and pick him.
This is like a Minnesota thing going right now.
No, this is super easy, guys. I'm gonna take Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
I thought he was gonna swerve.
No way. He can't do it.
So I'm picking. I get the pivotal 3-4. I'm
Great
going
spot
to
to be
pick
in.
Great spot.
a 12-time All-Star, a 10-time All-NBA player, a 3-time champ, 3-time All-Defensive, 3-time MVP, Larry Legend. Any player that tells you what he's doing with his hand. He says, again, I'm going to score with my left tonight because I'm saving my right for LA.
Paul, the fact that you elevated Larry to 3 and saved the 4 spot for somebody else.
Yes.
You know what I also love is
that
we ate Chinese dinner, me and Alex, before this.
Yeah. Did you?
And he actually said, I will never pick Larry Bird. This whole list will never
I told
happen.
Paul that today.
I am. All right. So with my next pick.
You probably could have waited a couple picks.
You
so
can.
I'm going to give you an L for that.
You can check. Who, me? I could have waited?
Nobody was going to take Larry first, second.
Oh, that's
Way
fine.
to rip his pick.
There's a reason that I'm picking how I'm picking.
Yep.
Check the hat. Boston. Yeah, baby.
He double dipped.
So obviously,
Paul Pierce.
we all know who I'm picking fourth.
Oh, Bill Russell.
And that's Kobe Bryant. Thank you very much.
Oh, no. He took his next pick.
Can I tell you about Kobe? Let me tell you. So, 18-time All-Star, 15-time All-NBA, 5-time champ,
Love the pick.
15-time
Love the pick.
All-Defensive. He won an MVP. Here's the cool thing, okay? I now have 2 players who, let's see, my first one goes 24-10, 6.5. My second one goes 26-5 and 5.
Banking.
So
we were banking.
You guys thought I was going somebody else.
We were banking on
First
you
of
not
all,
taking Kobe.
how dare you? You guys should know better. Well, Alex, you don't know better yet. You will learn though.
We were banking.
So I got Larry Bird and Kobe Bryant. So who are you picking?
All right,
Those
next, buddy?
Magic and Larry.
All right, well, let me do a little shuffling on the board
You
here.
can shuffle all you want, buddy. Call yourself a dealer.
I'm going to shuffle this up. I think it's easy from here with that
Is
pick
it?
already being on. Give me Magic Johnson.
That's
at point
where I
guard.
had you picking. You're welcome. Frank, you get the turn, buddy. You got 2 picks back to back.
I'm reeling right now. I'm not gonna
Why?
lie. I'm reeling because that Kobe pick threw me for a loop.
Blew my mind.
I was
bro.
not I was expecting him to take Kobe,
Yeah.
and then me have like a different mindset.
I thought he was going to pick Kobe second.
I almost did. That's
No,
what I was
I
going
saw
back
it.
and
You
forth
can't
on.
take Kobe over MJ.
I can.
He could have.
I mean, you can. but
He had the chance.
not
I'm building my own
intelligent.
team.
I have some players who I don't think are going to be on here.
Just for preference sake, because we didn't really build that beforehand. This is for this era.
This era, it's
These
going to be
refs,
a
these
7-game
things.
series.
He's taking Steph
today.
Curry.
No.
He's taking Steph Curry
Of course
right now.
he is. Why wouldn't
He's
he?
absolutely not taking Steph Curry at all.
You're taking
100%.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I'm taking Kevin Durant.
Okay. Kevin Durant is off the board, and for your next pick,
So I got LeBron James and KD.
yep.
And just to round out, oh no, I can't take him now.
Yeah, you
I won't
can.
I won't take him now, no, because he'll be there later.
I
so I
don't
need to
think
make
he
sure.
will.
No, I'm guaranteed. he's gonna
Okay,
be there.
we'll see.
So then now I am taking the.
He thinks Giannis is going to be there later. That's funny.
He does.
No, it's not Giannis.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, of course not.
Giannis is who I was taking.
Yeah.
That's who I was. Not the guy I was thinking. It's
Okay.
another guy.
So are you, is that who you're taking?
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, Giannis.
These guys aren't even in the top 15.
It's not about top
Did
15.
not
It's
have
building a
them, yeah.
team for 2023.
Now
NBA.
I get it's amazing. It's your pick,
it's
Alex.
my pick.
I
Thank
love
you.
it because I'm guaranteed one of the people I did not think was going to be on the board.
Yeah.
Thank you. Who are you going to pick? This is a tough one for you, buddy.
This is tough.
You don't
Right
know.
now, I'm sitting on Jordan
Yep.
and Magic.
Michael Jeffrey.
I'm going to slide Magic to my power forward.
Okay.
I'm going to take Steph Curry
that's
as
a
my
good
point
pick.
guard.
That's a good pick.
Not expected, but great pick.
So
Great floor spacer for you.
It
bro.
was
Great.
between Steph and this other player.
I wasn't going to take Seth at all.
I'm going to pick Timmy. Yeah, I'm going to pick
That
Tim
was my-
Duncan.
It was between Steph and Timmy for
Yeah,
me.
that was me too, buddy. Sorry. I appreciate you very much. So let's see, and I get another pick. So I got Larry, Kobe, and Tim Duncan. Gosh, just call it a win. Like it's over.
You got the all 90s team.
It's
so true.
It's over.
Better than now.
Not today's team.
80s, nice.
Today,
That's-
it's a different
that's-
league.
That's great. You keep
Are
saying
you
that.
kidding me, bro?
Different league.
It
I've
is a
already
different
yelled at
league.
you about this.
More skilled.
Okay, we'll see.
More skilled than big fundamentals.
And my next pick, you know what? I feel like I have to pick him just because I'm going to because I love him. He's my favorite player.
Bill Russell.
It's probably not the pick I should make, but I'm going to make it Bill Russell.
Yeah,
I absolutely.
I
I
agree.
love Bill Russell. I think he's so underrated. I know, Alex, you don't, but I just think there's something about winning. That's just some stats. That 12-time All-Star. He averaged in the playoffs higher. He's the only player that averaged higher than he did in the regular season. 25 rebounds a game and 4.7.
So you're putting Duncan at your 4?
I believe in positionless basketball, so it'll all dictate who's on the court, who I'm playing against. All my guys can finish a game.
Okay, good deal.
Bill Russell with his 50% free throw shooting.
60% in the playoffs, and yes,
60% free throw shooting.
Yeah, yeah. Again, it was a different era.
We're getting
You're
down there
If
for-
you're telling me Bill Russell today, with how important free throw shooting is, saying, "Hey, you're not going to make free
You can't
throws,"
do that. You're
great.
taking what he is and using it.
I am absolutely.
You can't just-
We're picking him up and putting him today, and you don't think we can go ahead and say
You're picking
hey,
up his max effort.
Go ahead and put me
putting
down
him-
for Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, that's
Great pick.
see, and
Great pick,
I
bro.
didn't think he'd be there at all.
Great pick, bro.
We got the same free throw problem at the end, according
It's
to
all
Frank.
right. I'm
We'll
not worried
see.
about free throws.
No, I mean we're just gonna finish. That's
Let's just
fine.
beat 'em
I'm just
up.
I'm just gonna have an and one, and I missed the free throw. Darn,
That's
it's
right.
still 2 points.
Yeah,
Plus, you got.
big
I mean,
deal.
I love
Curry.
you.
That's good spacing. With Shaq.
Bro.
I love the and one. Finish the free. I love it.
I like that. Go ahead, buddy. You got 2 picks.
Finish your
These-
team.
This is absolutely not finishing his team. We got 6 picks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I am now taking. Oh gosh! So I got Durant.
Yes, you do.
I got
LeBron,
LeBron.
and you have Giannis. Don't call him
Giannis.
Giannis.
Antetokounmpo.
Sound like an old dude. Giannis, that Giannis guy. I think he's going to be something this year.
Then I am going to take.
There's some big guys who are still there.
Lots.
Yes.
Wilt, Kareem.
Yes, there is some big guys, and I'm gonna have to take the number one center of all time.
No, I picked Bill Russell already.
Center number one center.
Thank you. You set me up
Kareem
perfectly.
Abdul-Jabbar.
That's a bad pick, but I like it for you.
So you're taking him and not Lou Alcindor?
That being funny, I thought for 1 second, like, what? No, I got the right guy.
Okay.
No, he shoots 70-something% for his career from the free throw line. That was part of the reason of me taking this.
I didn't think he'd be there for me at all.
That's why I took Kareem. Honestly, I'm worried about free throws. I'm worried about finishing games.
I'd worry about chemistry issues. That's what I'd worry about. That's
I
what
got
I'd worry
LeBron.
about.
He's going to make it okay.
Yeah, I mean, he could. He's going to be. Well, here's what's going to happen while you're thinking about your next pick because you got another pick. Kareem the whole time is going to be dead eyeing LeBron, going, "Man, that dude got my record. Whatever. I hate this kid. I'm gonna
loves
throw an elbow," and then he's gonna be like all zen about it too.
And then to finish out a very, 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 very big, lengthy
Please pick Scottie Pippen.
Kawhi Leonard.
Ew.
Oh my God!
Kawhi Leonard.
What? Wait a second. He's trying to throw us off now.
That's
The
such
biggest street clothes Kawhi hater here.
You didn't say injured. You
This
said
is so good.
7-game series, healthy
Yeah,
at his
it's-
best, and at his best.
Could be a goat, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Wilt
Move.
is still there.
At his best, healthy.
I'm good
he
with
is-
that. Whatever.
He is
Move.
crazy.
Move. We're gonna move Steph back to the backcourt with Magic.
With MJ.
No,
Put
we're
MJ's a
gonna,
wing.
we're gonna put MJ at 3.
Okay.
Love that.
LeBron's gonna
I'm gonna
clamp
draft
that.
right now. somebody who could space the floor, shoot the three, one of the top 10 rebounders ever.
Okay.
Also was underrated in his ball facility, ball control, ran the floor. Give me Charles Barkley to get on my for my 5th pick.
That's good.
Yeah.
So I get to finish my team now.
Notice I didn't go Karl Malone.
And you know what? I almost said we should have to force a player on each other's teams, like
It
a
would have
Hall
been
of Fame
Karl Malone
player.
for
It
somebody.
would have been Karl Malone for you because he's hated. It would have been Paul George for you.
Definitely.
I don't know. It would have been Kyrie Irving for me. That's probably
That
what
could
it,
have been
what it would have been. So I can go a lot of places. I have a big team. I love my shooting. I love everything about it. So we're playing in today's game. That's going to change it a little bit for me. So, no, if we're playing in today's game, I am going. I can't do that. That's so jacked up. I'm going to do it anyway, though. Who cares, right? Do I have?
It
defense?
doesn't matter.
I have
You can do
defense.
it.
I have 4 defenders. I have 4 legitimate defenders, so I can have some offense. Give me Dirk.
Dude, that was my next pick.
My pick.
Give me Dirk.
He was all of our 6 guys.
Listen, playoffs.
Wow.
He was all of our 6. Hey, we were 3 for
We were
3.
three for three.
This guy, I was like, Dirk off the bench is different.
Dirk. And so I need a facilitator. I need a starter, and we're playing today. Give me the legend, Luka Doncic is my final pick.
Good pick.
For my team is Luka, Kobe, Larry Bird, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell. That's my team, guys.
Great pick.
I like my team. I got a lot of shooting on it.
All right.
Got a lot of
That's a great
defense.
pick. I love that. We'll run through the teams at the end again for everybody really quick.
Go ahead.
With my 6th man, I'm going to take the fanciest footwork in the middle ever. I'm going to take the guy who didn't eat during the finals with fast. I'm going to take the guy who made the dream shake relevant. Man, my team is big, strong. We can space with Barkley and Curry. We
you
got
space
Michael
with Barkley?
Jeffrey.
Barkley shot 29% from the 3.
Dude, Barkley was crazy.
House in a house.
Don't sleep
Be a
with
2
Barkley.
guard today.
You can't space
Yeah,
with
that's
him,
what I'm
but-
saying.
You can't space with them, but yeah.
You can space with
You
him.
can space with Akeem.
You didn't watch basketball in the 90s.
Listen,
so.
you better get Barkley before he starts eating.
But give me Akeem Olajuwon in my 6th man.
Is he? He's your second favorite center. He's up there,
Akeem
right?
Olajuwon is my absolute favorite.
I almost-
center.
He's your favorite center.
I almost took Akeem over Kareem. I was that
You should
close.
have.
You just
I
wanted
was really
the
close.
Eam team. Frank gonna have an Eam team. Kareem, Hakeem.
LeBron.
And Kawhi.
That's it. And LeBron. All right, Frank, you get the last pick in the draft.
Last pick.
You got LeBron
I was
James,
going to take Bird.
Kevin Durant.
Dirk.
Yep.
That was taken.
That was taken.
I was going to take Akeem, so that was taken.
was taken.
Last
Yep.
pick.
You have a wing problem, Frank.
You do have a wing problem, bro.
I got Kawhi and LeBron. I have no.
Yeah,
wing
you got a wing problem. I think you got a. Wing
I think you
problem.
got LeBron at the
You might have
point
a
guard.
free throw problem, actually.
You might have a.
Kawhi shoots 80+%.
Who's
That's
controlling
nice.
the ball when LeBron's
I'm just gonna
out?
wait until
Kareem shoots 70+%.
Listen,
Who's controlling the ball when
listen.
LeBron's out?
You are. Listen,
Who's controlling the ball whenever?
Frank, you better hope you're not playing any back to backs because if you do, Kawhi ain't playing that second game.
He
LeBron
played
either.
back-to-backs in San Antonio.
It's no.
So I'm going to take with the last pick in my draft.
Yep.
I want
I
some.
bet you're going Oscar Robertson.
You want my list?
No, I by no means. Not if I'm playing today. He don't shoot good enough for today. No. For,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. For my
All
last
right,
pick in the draft, I want some grit. I want some fight. I want some dog.
Pippen.
I want somebody that's gonna call everybody out.
Take Scottie Pippen.
No, I'm taking KG.
Oh, okay. Yeah, big
I want
ticket.
I like
KG.
that. I like that.
I
pick.
want some because I think he can bring everybody together. At the
He
end of
was
the
a
day,
better Timberwolf than he was.
at the end of
Celtic.
the day, if LeBron or Kareem get into it, like KG will punch them both in the face, and we'll just call it a day. And I believe he can pull everybody together.
All right. So just
He'll
recapping.
Draymond them.
This is
Just recapping.
crazy draft for
So
Frank.
Frank has LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Don't call me Lou Alcindor. He's got Kawhi, Street Clothes Leonard. That's what you called him, not me.
Yes.
And then you have
He's
Kevin
healthy.
Garnett.
You don't have anybody
So
on your
this
team
is-
under 6'8".
So this
I
is
also have
he's playing tall ball.
the greatest winning player, regular season player on the whole list.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So this is a 7-game series for the championship.
Congrats, bro.
He's playing all
I
7
think
games.
this is the all pissed off team. I think your team is like the all they might kill each other team.
They're long. They're
And then
strong.
Kawhi is just standing on the side. Go,
I'm really a nice guy.
No, Kawhi's right in the middle of things. You can't. We're not
Whatever,
taking injuries. We're taking prime time San Antonio
if I'm
Kawhi.
legit
Come on now.
talking about
Two
your
way
team,
player.
He got injured in San Antonio.
two
We're
words.
not taking injuries. We're
two-
taking healthy prime.
So
It's
listen,
fine. He got injured when he was in his prime.
Defensive player of the year.
two words I want to use to describe your team. This is what it would be: hate it. Okay.
I was waiting for him to use 4 words. That would just be Alex. 2 words for you. Hate your team so much. Those are my only 2 words I'm
I should
picking.
have done that.
Alex, your team. Michael, go ahead. Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
That's right.
Irvin Johnson.
Yes,
You can
love
call
that.
him Magic. His friends do. Steph Curry.
Yes.
Shaquille O'Neal.
So I got the best center, the best 2 guard, the best point guard, and the second best point guard / best shooter.
Charles Barkley.
Top 3 power forward.
And you got Hakeem Olajuwon. The dream.
Sleep on it.
Who's
what are you gonna?
Who's your 6th man? First of all,
I don't care. Any one of them.
tell me.
Shaq's not playing.
What I
Who's,
do-
who's finishing the game? Who are you
Hakeem
leaving off
started-
the court?
Shaq.
Shaq's
Hakeem's
staying off the
finishing
court.
game.
Frank, who's finishing the game? Who you
Hakeem's
kicking
starting
off?
over Shaq.
Wait, hold on a second.
I just want to know who's finishing the game. Which
Hakeem.
person you? No, for
Barkley's
you.
not
for your
finishing.
team.
What do you mean?
Barkley's finishing the game.
Oh, who's finishing? I mean,
Yeah, so
KG's on the KG's on the bench.
All right. So okay, interesting. All right.
But I'm riding the hot hand.
Depends.
I don't
Am I
care.
up or down?
Yeah. Okay.
If
yeah.
I'm playing Frank's
If I need to
6'19" team, I'm gonna have to start Akeem O'Neal, bench Steph.
I'm gonna have to marry Hakeem. I'm gonna have to kill MJ. So Frank, you had the all like things could pop off. They could punch each other team. Alex, you have the all party team. You
Thank
got
you. Appreciate
MJ,
that.
Magic, Shaq, and Barkley on. Listen,
I'm a Cowboys and Lakers fan. I'm flashy.
Steph and Hakeem are they're gonna go home and like hang out and play board games and stuff. But the
And
other
fast.
4 are going to
Fast.
Vegas. They are going to Vegas. They're going to play golf for
They're gonna come in hungover.
They're gonna play cards.
Those-
they're gonna play golf. They're gonna smoke cigars. And I'm
MJ
good with
Steph golf matches are going to be legit.
that. That's gonna be awesome.
My team, I got Larry Legend
Love it.
playing with my left hand, saving my
I
right
love
hand.
Larry.
Kobe Bean Bryant.
My favorite player all time.
He's good.
I got the big fundamental, Tim Duncan.
My favorite, best power forward ever.
I have the winningest champion of all time, Bill Russell.
Most overrated player in NBA
doesn't
history.
doesn't
So
translate
underrated.
today at all.
So underrated.
Worst pick of the draft.
So
Yeah, he was athletic. He
underrated.
could run the floor.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Love that pick.
Yeah.
And finally, to command everything, ball handling. And I think he's just going to be happy to be there. Luka Doncic.
I think you have without Luka on the floor, you have a big movement problem.
I'll tell you what, I'm keeping Bill Russell. Bill Russell's going to be my player coach. He's
Yeah,
going
why not?
he's going to be sitting the bench a lot.
He'll call Havlicek a couple times during the game.
That was almost my pick for 6 man because how can you not go with a guy who
I
it's
thought you
named,
would
the
go-
award is named after?
I thought you would go. I thought you would do it, but
listen, things just worked out. I didn't expect to
didn't.
get Kobe.
I like it.
I didn't expect to get Tim Duncan there. I didn't expect to get Dirk Nowitzki. Let us know what you guys think. Again, we'll probably do another one of these. Maybe, who knows? Maybe a 90s version, 2000s version. Maybe we'll do some redrafts.
the 90s was the better era, but whatever.
We'll see. 80s wasn't bad. So next, speaking of all-time greats, what do we have? We absolutely have Mount Rushmore.
You know what we're not talking about on this list?
Who?
Any St. Louis Rams quarterback ever.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's
I mean, they were there for like 8 years.
Oh, they left? I didn't hear about that. Where'd
Kurt
they go?
Warner was
No, they
legit.
didn't leave. They got they what do they call it?
They arched out. I meant marched out. What'd they do?
They Cleveland Browned them and went to Baltimore. Like,
That's right.
Baltimore quotes them.
yeah,
they
Baltimore
Colts them.
Yeah. That's all right. I'll
Did you hear that?
I'll bet
I was
you
like,
that again.
oh, they arched out. I mean, they marched out.
Yeah,
That's
that's
tough. That's
Mar-
tough.
he had to say it twice.
March
so
was not the head coach for the last like 5 years.
March.
I like Mike March, though.
I
I said
did.
Arch.
I hated
not
Mike
March.
March.
but
Dick Vermeil, good
Vermeil
coach.
was a good coach.
Very emotional.
March was the coach
Very
of
emotional.
the greatest show on turf, bro.
Yeah.
He was
The birth of Isaac Bruce.
He was the offensive coordinator of the Great
Yeah.
Show on Turf.
So I had
And
a
he took over in made him suck.
I had a sociology professor who taught at NC State, and his big claim to fame was he would FaceTime or Skype. I guess back then it was Skyping Torrey Holt, and Torrey Holt would talk to our class.
Love Torrey Holt.
And he always talked about, he was the greatest football player at NC State, and he was so soft spoken. I just want him to give you guys a little bit of what my ambulance. Torrey, are you there? And
I think
sure enough.
I think a Mount Rushmore may have to be best wide receiver tandems ever. Bruce and Holt were scary good.
Yeah.
They started the thing.
Harrison
Yeah.
and Wayne.
I mean, there was
Harrison
other,
and Wayne.
Yeah, but there was others, but they didn't have the flash, the pizzazz.
Well, you had Rice and Taylor. You had Irvin and Harper.
Shout out to the most unstoppable team in John Madden football. Was like the 0-2 St. Louis Rams.
Dude,
You just had
Marshall
to-
Falk in the backfield.
You just had to throw it deep. Send Holt in the slot route deep,
true.
and it was unstoppable. You could
Yeah,
not.
it
The
was
safety
crazy.
could not keep up.
It was crazy. Then
Shannon Sharp, Ed McCaffrey.
hey, that was a
Be
real
up there.
thing.
That's
That's a
a
that's a thing. Andre Reed and
Don Beebe,
Don
I was waiting
Beebe.
for Don Beebe to show up.
Shout out Don Beebe.
my favorite play. Ever
He
by
may be
Buffalo.
the greatest all time
Special
gunner on the
Should be in the Hall of
kickoff
Fame.
team. Yeah, I agree.
Maybe.
just for
Maybe.
his play on the omelet.
Yeah.
Well, this Mount Rushmore is all quarterbacks. So again, let's just hear some names. I'm pretty sure we're all going to have two of the same names on there. Okay, can we just get him out of the way, because I don't want to friggin' talk about him all.
TB12.
Yeah, TB12's on my
Brady's
he's the-
on there,
he's-
of course he is. I
He's
hate
the
him.
front face on
I
it.
hope his face becomes a different color because the sun. I want to use a stone that turns green or something. Be like, oh no, we can't afford to redo it. Sorry, Tom.
I agree.
Like if you just stopped with it, it would be a good. It'd still be a good.
I think
Mount
number
Rushmore.
2 is easy also. On the count of 3, we say it. 3 for 3. Say
No.
your name on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Joe
Montana. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
okay.
I can.
Yeah, that's.
Joe
I mean,
Montana.
that's because
He's on
without a
there.
shadow of a doubt, that's who everybody thought it was
All right,
before.
same thing for the
Yep.
third. 1, 2,
No,
3.
it's not real.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah, I don't know. Peyton Manning, maybe.
I
Yes.
put Peyton Manning. On
I
there.
did too. Peyton Manning for me.
I
for
think
sure.
he is. He is. You know, the debate used to be when I was in high school. When you guys were a little bit older than that, but not much. It was always who's the. It's GOAT for regular season and then GOAT for playoffs.
Oh,
and it was like,
correct.
who would you rather have? It's like Peyton Manning in the regular season, Tom Brady in the playoffs.
So you were in high school and we were betting. The bet was
Yeah,
you
that's-
always bet Peyton Manning in regular, season. And you always bet Tom Brady in the playoffs.
I was
That's
still
right.
betting. I was just like, hey, Dad, want to bet? And he said, no, clean your room.
If I win, I'll clean the room. How about you clean the room and then we'll allow you to watch the game?
No, that was
So
yeah.
who do you have at your number 3 then on Mount Rushmore?
Who do I have my number
Yeah,
3?
Peyton Manning, right?
It's Peyton Manning, but it's close. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, there's still other players on there, but it's going to get a little bit weird because like there's some quarterbacks that didn't win chips. Wow, that they're phenomenal. The Dan Marino idea.
This is where the next
weird.
one comes in. I don't have Dan. It was hard between Dan Marino and another guy, and I picked the
so
other guy.
I had Dan Marino / somebody else.
I picked John Elway.
I picked John Elway.
John Elway was my guy too. That's exactly what I was going was John Elway. But I was like, gosh, it's so
See,
close.
I put John Elway over Dan Marino, but I also had an honorable mention because I like the way Alex does things.
Johnny
wait,
Unitas
sometimes.
wait.
Johnny Unitas.
Let me get a flip.
Okay.
In 30 days, it'll be Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
No, he's not
really. You
taking over Peyton Manning or John
you take him
Elway.
over Elway.
In 30 days.
So who would you take out? Elway?
Yeah.
Okay.
30
don't
days.
agree.
30 days. He wins his second chip, third Super Bowl trip.
I don't hate it.
You can't
don't
argue
love
the,
it.
can't argue the numbers.
I want to give an honorable mention to Terry Bradshaw just for winning, but I mean,
Okay,
football
as-
was different
As
before.
a host of a show, greatest ever.
I mean, I think we have to keep in mind the era in which these guys played in.
That you're talking about Paul. I was like, what?
I'm going to take it as Paul,
No,
greatest
yeah.
host ever. So
Either or,
I'm going to take that.
both and.
What about Mount Rushmore? Your heart,
Jim
like
Kelly.
for you, like
Jim
I was gonna
Kelly.
say Jim Kelly for
Love
you.
Jim Kelly.
My favorite player of all time.
Staubach.
No, gosh, no. My favorite player of all time is probably Emmitt Smith.
Oh, it's quarterbacks, bro.
Well, you said favorite player.
That's what
Favorite
I meant.
quarterback.
My favorite Tony Romo.
Tony Romo. I was gonna say Tony Romo.
Romo, then Aikman, then Dak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Dak wins a championship,
He takes over Tony Romo.
Kurt Warner brought me my first championship that I ever seen for that on the team that I was rooting
What a
for.
story too. He's like the Purdy story, but better.
But then my next one's like
Purdy's better.
I know Michael Vick did bad things, but Michael Vick was right when I really started.
Oh, Michael
loving-
Vick did bad things.
He did bad things, but I love Michael Vick.
Everybody forgave him, even the law.
No,
he got out.
they really didn't.
His problem was surrounding himself with the same. Deion Sanders has this great quote when he's talking to his guys, and he's like, "Hey, sometimes you leave these places, and you need to leave the people in those places too.
That's right.
Because you can't take care of everybody.
That's your life segment of the day, man.
Can't take care of everybody.
And for our last episode, a little bit sad that we didn't put Dion in anything with, we didn't pick him for anything. Alex over
For
there
what?
talking about top 5 schools.
Took over a 1-win school.
Yeah, Colorado's.
Again,
what are you talking about?
six wins, and
He's
he's the
not a-
man.
You give him
Top-
a full year recruitment, and you never know what could happen by the end of the year.
You know what he's
Bro.
going to have? I would bet all the money in my pocket versus all the money in y'all's pocket that he has at least 3 more commercials with Nick Saban.
Well, I have
I
$10,
agree.
so
Okay.
you can have it.
Boom. I don't have any money in my pocket. I just hustled you, baby.
You can have it.
I had a curveball question. So in 3-for-3 fashion, in 33 years, who's the Mount Rushmore? The year
I'll
is
say it now.
2056.
It's me.
I'll say it now.
Okay.
Tom Brady,
Okay.
Peyton Manning, Joe Montana.
And the other erosion.
You
the
just don't
other
want to say it, do you? It's because I said it. It's how do you not say it?
All right, hold on. There's somebody, Trevor Lawrence.
Shut up.
over Patrick Mahomes.
It's his
Over-
second year, bro.
Over Josh Allen, too.
Wow. Over Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow don't exist no more.
He does. It's Joe Cool, bro.
So with today's stats and the way that everything goes in yards, we're going to forget about everybody but Tom Brady.
We will not.
Yeah, they're going to forget about everybody.
No, and this is the problem is that
Just like we forget
people
about
like
John
you-
Havlicek, just like we forget
Who-
about...
I just mentioned him.
That's true.
Yeah,
Did mention
what
him.
what
I
pick-
mentioned
what
Oscar
pick was he
Robertson.
on our draft? What pick were they on our
He's
draft?
not a top 15 ever.
What pick are they? I know, that's my point. They won't be because stats are going to overtake everything.
No, this wasn't a stat thing where
This is-
John Havlicek didn't qualify.
How many years ago was it?
It doesn't matter.
It's like 30 years ago.
LeBron James has way more
Maybe
points
40.
than Michael Jordan. Oh, man. Jordan's still the best player ever.
No.
Well, that's a
We're
debate
talking
for another
30
day.
years from now.
All right.
Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady.
Okay. Who else you have?
Will Levi.
Yeah, Bryce Young.
Levis.
CJ Stroud.
Who's the guy out of...
Some fifth grader who
Uncle Rico.
plays in.
Oh, Arch Manning. Why not
okay.
throw a curveball?
Okay.
Overtakes his uncle
Okay.
on Mount Rushmore.
No.
I had Tom Brady. I still had Joe Montana. I think he'll still be.
I
on.
agree.
I had Josh Allen and I had
Incoming-
Patrick Mahomes.
Incoming Josh Allen.
Neither one of them take out Peyton Manning. And I could tell you something.
Please do.
Only people that never watched
Here we go.
Don't
you
know
didn't watch
football.
the game. I watched every game. No.
Peyton was so cerebral.
He was great. But
And
people are going to forget about that.
cerebral means that you think about things.
People are
and
gonna
that
forget
you're
about the second
dissecting
best
things
player.
on the field.
People are going to forget about the second best
Just
player
so there's
during
no
an era.
controversial discussions between you and I'm not going to throw
He's
out
a-
big words.
He's a versatile.
Did you read a book this week?
No, did
Yes,
you
sir.
watch a baseball game?
I did, 2 of them.
You did not.
So,
What baseball
same
game did you
answer as
watch?
It's
the
January.
other one.
The other
Okay.
one.
So,
The
It was
other one.
Japan was playing the
no,
Frogs.
I watched the movie. What's the movie with the guy?
It's a movie. It's not a game.
Bench warmers.
Yeah.
It's a baseball game, bro.
They didn't play
They
baseball.
don't play a full game in there.
They played basketball.
They showed the final score.
That doesn't count. That's not the same.
7
It's
innings.
not the
And I can
same.
do much more activities during the day if I'm only watching it on bench warmers.
That's true. That's true.
So-
You have so much time for fun activities.
People will forget
Yes.
about the second best player in an era, and it'll happen in 30 years. They'll be like, "Oh, Peyton Manning was great."
I think. I don't know. I think we'll
don't
have
agree.
these discussions. Still, I just think it's interesting to forecast. Frank, I don't think you're wrong with people tend to forget stats and stats.
Yeah,
tend
they're
to,
just gonna go out the window.
yeah. I
Nobody talks about Pistol Pete no more.
think you're right. Well, we do. We do.
We do.
I think it's two different discussions. It's you have hardcore nerds like us who are sports fans
Yeah.
and fanatic and watch things and talk about it and debate it and do what we do, and then you have your casuals like
Ask the
who's this
average
guy?
13 Central Middle School basketball team kids,
Bro,
maybe one of them knows who.
when
Pistol
you were
Pete is.
13, you didn't know who Isaiah Thomas was.
I will say this.
I didn't watch
It
basketball.
was the same
I
era.
didn't play
I
basketball.
will say
either.
this.
They don't watch it either.
All right. You are giving way too much credit to middle school kids. Okay. They're not going to remember
bro.
because this is a hoops hype generation of, oh, bro, did you see that
It's the
slam? You're
and
like,
one
who
to
cares?
YouTube.
Ask the
cares?
average high school basketball team.
Again, you are talking about like, listen,
So when do you
being around
is
these?
there an
No,
age
wait.
Pistol
Being
Pete
around
gets
these
introduced
kids,
to your life?
Yes,
being
absolutely.
around these kids,
19,
You're
20.
talking about when did you become like a sports savant that you are today?
I knew who Pistol Pete was when I was 7 years old.
That's
Bro,
because
because you
of that
didn't know who
movie.
Isaiah Thomas was at 13.
He was in a movie. That's why I know who he was.
right,
But you would
didn't
know him now anyways.
Listen,
I knew Isaiah Thomas because I hated Michael Jordan, and that's the way I knew that.
listen. My dad would constantly say, "I've forgotten more about football than you'll ever learn."
Absolutely.
And he was right until I became an adult and started making my own choices to start watching stuff that I wanted to see. So all these kids who are 13 and going, oh, stuff like that.
Tell me what YouTube video is fascinating about Pete Maravich.
Oh, there's so many of them.
No, there's not.
Movie trailer?
Yeah, there is.
No,
he
there's
shows you
not.
how to dribble the
No,
ball. He
there's
shows you the pick and roll.
No, there's not. He's got like two.
Why has it got to be
videos.
about YouTube videos?
Because how are they going to see him? They're not going
It's a
to.
business,
They're
bro.
going to forget about him. He's gone.
It's not.
I
gone.
think you're
Not
going
for real sports fans.
People don't remember Tito Jackson. They don't remember the second best.
Okay, so there are fans like
you just mentioned them.
there are
You
fans.
just mentioned
There are
them.
new generation
won't
fans
remember
like
him.
you where they're like, I love LeBron James, and don't learn anything about the game. And then there are genuine fans
Absolutely
who
incorrect.
watch teams and learn about. When I was a kid, I was checking out books from the library on how the Lakers were formed, how the Cowboys were formed. I was reading stuff from 1940s and 50s. I was reading the Ice Bowl. I was reading Green Bay, Kansas City. Like that, it was cool history stuff. There's still going to be kids like that,
And I
and
think-
they're going to keep it relevant.
I think
No,
you're-
they're not.
I think with today's debate landscape, you're always going to have idiots who are saying things about, hey, this modern day player is way better because of X, Y, and Z. And you're going to have the old heads that say, oh, wait a second.
But I look at your list and I see why you say this because you have a teenage son.
No, I picked it for today's game. I didn't pick it for 1980s.
But this is your brainwave.
Bill Russell doesn't play today's game. Shaquille O'Neal
he does.
doesn't end games.
Sure he does.
You're going to pick an all-time player that's not
It's
going to end a
still
game.
basketball, bro.
Shaquille himself said,
It's about putting the
my
ball in the
prime.
basket.
Shaquille's prime was who? He was Giannis.
And
He
guess-
was
so-
Giannis.
he
was
was
he
better
not?
than
Yeah,
Giannis.
but guess who I got?
He was better
Giannis.
than
I got
Giannis.
Giannis.
You got Giannis.
You put Shaq in his prime versus Giannis' prime the way they play right now?
No. Don't
Shaq
do it.
murders
Don't
Giannis.
do it. Don't do it.
Murders
Don't
Giannis.
do it.
It's not even close.
Don't do it.
Wait a
Not real.
second here. I think we just figured out our sports court for
Today's
the next
NBA
episode.
game?
Yeah. I'd
Today's
put Shaq in
NBA
today's
game.
NBA game right now.
With his 50% free
Shaq
throw
is,
shooting.
is an all-time passing center. He saw the floor better than 95% of centers that ever played the game.
And literally developed Hack-a-Shaq because he can't make free throws, which is why centers don't end
Giannis
games.
can? Bro.
Giannis is at 70%, bro.
You know what?
Shaq's at 50. There's a world of difference there.
20 difference, actually.
And with as many points as they score, it's not like back in the day. You need the points now more
You
than
are
ever.
not stopping Shaq with only being able to put one hand on his back. Please.
Wait,
I
wait.
can't. This is the problem is you're going, oh, today's NBA. You know why it's today's NBA? Because there's not a Shaquille O'Neal in it. Because there's not a Michael Jordan in it.
That well,
But there
by
is.
your
Giannis-
reference, you
Giannis
said it was
is
Joel
Shaq.
Embiid.
No, he is not.
By your,
Giannis-
by your
actually-
reference, you said it
you
was Joel
saying
Embiid
that
last week, and Joel Embiid ain't one crap.
I said
Whoa,
Joel
whoa, whoa.
Embiid.
I didn't
is
say that.
Of this generation.
Shaq said that. Shaq said there is a Shaq in this generation. It's Giannis.
Compared
I
to
was
what it
doing
is.
the same thing that
But
he's
if you
doing.
ask Shaq, if we put you on a team right now, and you were in your prime, how would you fare?
Wait. What
do you think Shaq says?
Well, it'd be barbecue chicken.
Well, I'm telling you right now.
I would look at
barbecue chicken.
I would
I was
say,
just, I just want to thank the fans and.
I've been telling Kobe, pass me the ball.
You know what? I'm gonna punch Charles in his mouth. He says one more thing. I'm tired of his stuff.
look at
Always
Phil.
speaking over me. It's 1, 2, 3, Charles, not 1, 2, 1.
I'm still trying to figure out how many claps
No, man, no. I'm always done with this.
Pop Jones.
He's supposed to get 30 seconds, and he takes 45,
Check it
and then leaves me with 10
Listen.
seconds. And we will say, no, you know what? Finish it, Chuck. Finish it.
I think we're gonna go ahead and have a sports court for the next
Please.
episode, and it's gonna be who would win,
Rip
prime Giannis
you
versus
apart.
prime Shaq.
Prime Shaq.
Today's era.
Yes.
Yes.
Today's game.
Yes. Stay tuned.
okay.
Not
hold on.
back in the day.
Let me ask really
Episode
quick.
9, we will have a sports
I want
court.
to ask you this: Shaq in his
Okay.
prime. How much faster do you think Giannis is than Shaq in his prime?
A lot.
I don't think so.
I think one of them's a gazelle, one's a cheetah.
Yeah.
No.
Now, how much
There's no
bigger
way.
was Shaq than Giannis?
So we're talking about Lakers days.
We're talking.
I'm talking about Shaq's prime.
So we're talking about Lakers days, right? Are we agreeing that's
End
prime?
of Orlando?
I think end of Orlando was Shaq
Yeah.
prime.
So you're saying that he didn't win a championship in his prime
No, he faced Hakeem Olajuwon.
and got swept in the finals.
Yeah.
That's his prime.
Yeah.
Over winning. I'm just trying to figure it out because I don't know what
I
you're
think
throwing
it's
at me.
Shaq's prime
think it's-
lasted
You got
like
a 20-year
8 years.
career and you're going to try to pick the
don't
best situation.
Shaq's
If I
prime
was-
lasted like 6-7 years.
If I was going against you in sports court, I wouldn't tell you when his prime was yet.
Yeah.
I would just wait until next
I mean,
episode.
I just want to know what the situation
What
is.
I'm telling you is right now.
Because you're just going to cherry pick stats because of a 20-year
Do
career.
you think Giannis could stop Shaq from backing him down the middle?
I don't think he has to.
I think he could.
It's a different game.
I think there's a chance he could.
Do you guys really think
Yeah,
that?
Yeah, I think he.
he's not small, bro.
I didn't say it was small.
Yeah.
You're acting like he is.
Is he as big as Dwight Howard?
You act like people can just back each other down
Is
nowadays.
Giannis as big as Dwight
With the way
Howard?
people flop nowadays, he can't just back people down.
I think he's probably as tall and as pretty
You think he's
broad.
as strong as Dwight Howard?
Yeah, I do.
You think Giannis is?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Have you watched this kid lately?
Yeah.
Have you watched
Yes,
his two-time
I watched-
defensive MVP? Have you watched
In
him?
today's era,
I think everybody's gonna look and be like, his height is 6. He's not 6 foot. He's every bit of 7
He's
foot 1,
7
7
foot,
foot 2.
7'1".
You know, he's broad. He's
long.
strong.
He's strong. He's fast.
he got a
he's
man
quick.
body now.
Please, can we not get into this college
He got
boy
a
body
man
versus
body now.
man body?
But
He's got a man
Shaq
body.
had a demon body.
I've never seen a demon.
I did. It
Yeah.
was Shaquille O'Neal, and he used to run up
Can
and
you-
down the court, dunking on
Can you cite
fools.
another
What does
source?
Giannis
What other
do?
demons did you see?
Well, there was
Zion?
one.
What does Giannis do?
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Does he shoot threes all day?
A lot of these demons.
Oh,
I think they had
Giannis
to
just
sell
makes
their
free
soul for
throws
how
too.
good they were. And just say it. Illuminati's real.
Anyway.
No, that's what. Isn't that what Bird and Magic said, right?
That's right. That's what they
not
said.
Michael Jordan out there.
That's not Michael Jordan. That's God.
That's Black Jesus.
That's God in tennis shoes.
Listen, let us know how we did. Make sure, as usual, subscribe, like, give us a thumbs up, interact with us. Facebook, YouTube. We want to hear your comments. Which team would win in a 7-game series this year? These rules and everything.
And do you agree with the Mount Rushmore?
And please tell us who's on your Mount Rushmore. Do you think it's should we go ahead and put Joe Burrow on it? Should we put Tyler Huntley, the Tiger King, after he slays the Bengals?
You'd think it would be Patrick Mahomes.
Maybe. We'll see. For everything,
We'll see.
again, looking forward to a sports court as these guys start thinking everything. 3 for 3 for Frank LaFada.
We can't get off yet.
Oh, no, wait a second. We have to.
Let me pause
Paul
it.
Nelson,
Let me pause it.
I have to go ahead and see. Let me count up the points. Right now it's tied 2-2. And with a score of 11-8. I finally won. No, just kidding. Frank won the episode.
All right.
Alex, you came in second. That's what.
We celebrate you, Frank.
It's a song for you.
So
We
much
celebrate
hate.
It's a song for
Frank.
your victory.
Next
See how he does when other
Because
people
you
win?
money, bro.
next episode.
You money, bro. You money, bro.
Just like my team.
Next episode, we'll go ahead and talk about Wild Card Weekend, how the results were.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to that, and we'll have our first ever sports court live.
Let's do it.
Live. Here we go.
Let's
all right.
do it.
We out. 3 for 3.